FBU National Championship is brought to you by Zenith, makers of the X2 football helmet.
This is the road to San Antonio, and you're watching the FBU National Championship Field Pass Team Preview Show. Hi, everyone. I'm your host, Neil Sika. Today, we look at the defending champions, Central Florida, as they're back again for a quest for a second title. Terrence Tolbert is the 8th grade head coach, and he'll elaborate on the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teams right after these messages.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by East Bay, where the athletes are.
From the creators of the U.S. Army Bowl comes Football University, the most exclusive football training in the country, invites, trains, and announces the next generation of football stars. If you're a 6th to 12th grader with elite football ability, FBU is for you. FBU matches elite athletes with elite instruction. Nominate an athlete today at footballuniversity.org. FBU, by position, by professionals, by invitation only.
FBU, know.
Hi, everyone. This is Neil Sika, your host for the 2012 FBU National Championship. And for the very first time, exclusive coverage of every game at the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade level. In conjunction with Swink.tv, you can sign up for the FBU Field Pass on FBUYouthNationalChampionship.com. Check out our full game, highlight, and combo packages. And we'll see you on the FBU Field Pass. Welcome back. This is the FBU National Championship Field Pass Team Preview Shows. We're giving you the full list and breakdown of the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders that'll be competing on the road to San Antonio. And right now, we have the Alpha Dog from 2011. That is Central Florida, the champions in 8th grade. They win the inaugural competition. They beat Dallas, Texas in San Antonio. The man who did it, well, the coach who did it, Terrence Tolbert. And he's also had a hand in picking the teams for the 6th and 7th graders as he joins us now. Terrence, great to talk to you. How are you doing?
Doing well. Enjoying the holidays. Looking forward to upcoming competition on all levels.
You know, before I talk to you about your 6th and 7th grade teams this year, have you had time to reflect? I mean, it's been a year since the championship. I know it was a pretty emotional scene for you and your team. Joseph Clark ran wild, the tough physical defense, but a thrilling moment for you guys to win this first edition of the tournament.
Well, I've had a lot of time to reflect. There's been a lot of questions. You know, when I walk around and I have that ring on, a lot of people, you know, ask questions like, what's the ring for? You know, I have to go into explaining it. But I like to say, I think 70% of those kids that were on that team are either playing JV or varsity high school football. Well, and there's a starters and a lot of the Central Florida area high school football teams that were actually on that Central Florida football team last year.
Well, that is impressive enough in itself, knowing the talent that you had. We'll get to the 8th grade team in a little bit. 6th graders are new across the board. Tell me about your youngest squad as they'll compete in the 1st and 2nd rounds. This is the Southeast Regional, of course, kicking off December 1st and 2nd. Sarasota, Florida will be your opponent, but tell me a little bit about your 6th graders.
Well, our 6th grade team, our head coach, his name is Boris Jackson, and he is an ex-high school head coach. So we have, you know, a lot of coaching talent, and I believe in the right positions in order to help nurture the kids, you know, to get ready to take their next steps in their young careers, and in order to get them ready to participate in this game this weekend as well. But we have a lot of talent across the board. We have some nice young quarterbacks, and you know, Florida is a hotbed.
Yeah.
You know, of athletes all the way across.
When you look at your 7th grade team, anybody that stands out to you or that it's developing that you know might have an effect down the road? I mean, this is a chance, too, for the 7th graders to win a championship themselves.
Well, there's a couple of kids on the 7th grade team. We have Tanner Engel. That is, he's a special kid at running back, and he also plays some defensive back. And we have Nolan. He's a quarterback. He's actually the kid that was actually picked out of the FBU Tampa camp last year.
Oh, wow.
So he's a quarterback, about 5'9", 5'10", and he has a cannon on. This kid can really throw the ball. And then you have a very nice set of receivers. A very nice set of receivers. So, and we have there's another kid that's actually coming off of injury whose name is Visual. And there is a lot of kids on that 7th grade team that can potentially break the game wide open at any moment. So I'm really looking forward. And they're coached by Coach Geisen, Bowler, who has multiple championships and national championships from out of the Mid-Florida team on the people level, the junior level. So he has a lot of experience, and he's used to winning.
No shortage of skill in the Sunshine State. The 8th grade coach of Central Florida is Terrence Tolbert. He's just told us a little bit about the 6th and 7th grade teams that'll be competing in this year's FBU National Championship. They're underway against Sarasota this coming Saturday, December 1st. When we come back, we'll talk about the 8th grade team, the team that won it all a year ago. Now it's those 7th graders' turn to get a chance from last season to make their impressions this year. Stay with us on this FBU National Championship Field Pass Team Preview Show.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by Football University, elite football training for the nation's top athlete.
Hey! Push it, good. Lift! Look at the hands, look at the eye level. I like it.
Let's take 5 kicks and let it go.
He was bouncing right there. He ran right to you.
It's only one ball, and everybody should be running to the ball.
Control the wrist.
Watch my knees, they go out like what? I'm climbing a big tree.
Power comes from what? Through your feet, through your hips, through the palms of your hand, guys.
I've been playing chess since I was 9 years old. Chess helps me stay focused. It helps me stay aware. It helps me anticipate my opponent's next move. To see his strategy, find his weakness, and exploit it. Chess prepares my mind for battle. Because victory requires my strength, my speed, and my intelligence. My name is Ray Rice, and I'm an enlightened warrior.
Introducing the Youth Football Coaches Association, the premier online resource dedicated to improving coaching effectiveness and promoting youth safety for all volunteers. Register free at yfbca.org and begin receiving free youth coaching information, monthly newsletters, certification, and background checks. The most up-to-date concussion information, drills for all positions and skill levels. Learn all types of offensive and defensive plays. Join us at yfbca.org, where we are making good coaches great teachers.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by Jersey Mike's. There is no substitute.
And we're back here on the FBU National Championship Field Pass Team Preview Show. Central Florida, the champions in 8th grade in 2011. Terrence Tolbert is their head coach, and he joins us now as they look for the repeat. We've already talked 6th and 7th grade. Opening round games in the Orlando area, December 1st and 2nd. Team Sarasota will be Central Florida's opponent. Right off the bat last year, Coach, you could have said anyone from that Florida region might have come out, but you had Joseph Clark, you had great speed, good defense. So let me ask you this. Do you feel you're better this year than you were last?
I think we're faster defensively. and we have a lot more. I believe we're more talented than last year. But this is the first round game, and there has to be some cohesion, and we'll have to play together more in order to get that. But I do think, as a whole, position by position, we're a more talented team than last year.
Is there a stable of Joseph Clarks? Is there another guy to wear those shoes? Skill position guys that have stood out to you?
Well, there's a couple of skill position guys. We have Bruce Jetson at quarterback. We have Amari Hogan, which is a speedster. Is an understatement. It's an understatement. We have solid offensive line, as well as Noah Carmen, a great linebacker. So believe me, everyone will know that kid's name before this is all over and done with, because he's very quick defensively. He reads and reacts. And he's a very talented kid, especially has the size and all the abilities, at this level is almost uncanny.
There are a lot of teams or a lot of regionals across this FBU National Championship that could feel that their first round games alone could be a Final Four in itself when you have Southwest Florida, Sarasota. Not speaking to any opponent in particular, but are these kids, and I'm sure you're aware, you're going to wear the target on your back since you are the defending champions?
Well, first and foremost, we have to take one game, one play, one down at a time in order to be successful. We have to be able to execute our offense, execute defensively, come up with the schemes and strategies, make the adjustments in order to be able to succeed. And I still think any team that comes out of Florida will have a very good chance at being in the national championship game or being in that Final Four, and actually ultimately, winning the national championship. So hopefully that'll be Central Florida again. With hard work and perseverance, I believe we have an opportunity to do so.
Well spoken, Coach. I'm sure you'd like to talk again in San Antonio if that's the case, but we wish you the best of luck, and thanks for doing this and spending some time today on the FBU National Championship team preview shows.
Okay, thank you. And good luck to all the participants out there. And, Central Florida, here we go.
Terrence Tolbert, who's the 8th grade head coach and also a hand in the picking of the 6th and 7th grade teams in Central Florida, the defending champs. That's a look at them here in 2012. We'll be back with a final thought right after this.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by School of the Legends, voice of the players.
Hey everyone, this is your FBU National Championship host Neil Sika, and I got to tell you what, I am looking fly in my official East Bay FBU team licensed apparel, which you can get for a limited time only on FBUYouthNationalChampionship.com. Orders must be in by December 10th, and you can have that hoodie to keep you warm no matter where you are across the country, or that bag to carry all your gear on the road to San Antonio. Visit the officially licensed team apparel store on FBUNationalChampionship.com.
From the creators of the U.S. Army Bowl comes Football University, the most exclusive football training in the country, invites, trains, and announces the next generation of football stars. If you're a 6th to 12th grader with elite football ability, FBU is for you. FBU matches elite athletes with elite instruction. Nominate an athlete today at footballuniversity.org. FBU, by position, by professionals, by invitation only.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by Zenith, makers of the X2 football. The FBU National Championship is brought to you by East Bay, where the athletes are.
I've been playing chess since I was 9 years old. Chess helps me stay focused. It helps me stay aware. It helps me anticipate my opponent's next move, to see his strategy, find his weakness, and exploit it. Chess prepares my mind for battle, because victory requires my strength, my speed, and my intelligence. My name is Ray Rice, and I'm an enlightened warrior.
Hey everyone, it's your FBU National Championship host, Neil Sika. On the road to San Antonio this year, don't forget, you can visit our official merchandise shops at every regional site across the FBU National Championship. We've got hats, hoodies, game tickets, and backpacks. Take full advantage and gear up today for your FBU National Championship on the road to San Antonio. We'll see you there.
Push it good. Lift. Look at the hands. Look at the eye level. I like it.
Let's take 5 kicks and let it go. He was bouncing right there. He ran right to you.
It's only one ball, and everybody should be running to the ball.
Control the wrist. Watch my knees. They go out like what? I'm climbing a big tree.
Power comes from what? Through your feet, through your hips, through your palms of your hand, guys.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by Football University. Elite football training for the nation's top athlete.
3, 2, 1.
Thanks for watching our FBU National Championship desk shows. We're on the road to San Antonio. You can catch all the action by visiting FBUYouthNationalChampionship.com and take advantage of our pay-per-view model. Extended content can be found at Facebook.com/National Championship or on Twitter at FBU_NC. I'm Neil Sika, and we'll see you on the road to the Dome. Until then, so long.
The FBU National Championship is brought to you by Jersey Mike's. There is no substitute. School of the Legends, voice of the players.
Neil Sika back with you on this FBU National Championship Field Pass Team Preview Show. Sarasota is in the mix in Orlando for the first time. They'll play this Saturday and Sunday in the first and second rounds. Walt Gilbert is their team director. We've already learned a little bit about the 6th and 7th graders. Now the 8th graders, and you know, this is kind of the meat and potatoes matchup, Walt, across the board, the 8th grade championship, which was the first of its kind last year. And you get Central Florida in the first game. All your teams do. This is a team that's the defending champ. A target on the back, but a good test for you guys right away. What are your thoughts on your 8th grade team?
Well, I'm looking for big things from the 8th grade team. They got some really big kids over there. I mean, these kids nowadays, they're huge. I mean, it's just amazing to me how big these young kids are and athletic they are. And
at such a young age. You know, I'm looking at our 8th grade team looks like a junior varsity high school team out there in size. They're going to be grinding it out a little bit. That coach up there that we have running that team, Brent, he's a real technical type coach. So look for a lot of technical stuff from that team, and look for some big kids.
I got you. Defensively, strategies. There's a lot of speed. There's a lot of athletes on Central Florida. I guess every team in that Orlando region could make the claim that they could go all the way to San Antonio, and yourself included. But defensively, has anything impressed you?
Yeah, I mean, the whole they run a very variety type of defenses. I mean, they're switching, they're shifting, they're running stunts and things. I mean, they're bringing a real high school flavor to this 8th grade team, something I haven't seen in some of the youth ball around here in a long time. So they're getting technical, and they've got playbooks, and they've got all the little toys and stuff where they're teaching these guys with it, and the guys are catching on. So I'm really impressed with the 8th grade team. I'm looking for a good showing out of that 8th grade team. I think out of the 3 teams right now, if I pick a team that's going to be in San Antonio from Sarasota, it should be that 8th grade team. I'm looking for big things from them.
I love the confidence, and I know most of the nation will be keyed in on your debut, taking on the defending champs right from the get-go. That's this Saturday in Orlando. Team Sarasota, the director, Walt Gilbert, has joined us here on this FBU National Championship Field Pass show. Thanks again, Walt, and all the best to you going forward. Maybe we'll see you in San Antonio.
Thank you, and thanks for the opportunity.
No problem. That's Walt Gilbert, team director of Team Sarasota. We'll be right back to put a bow on this edition of the FBU Field Pass National Championship show.